All right, picture this. You're standing right in the middle of a dense, humid jungle. The air is so thick you can barely breathe. Suddenly, the underbrush parts, and a snake, literally longer than a city bus, slithers right toward you. Now imagine the world's largest living snake is blocking its path, standing its ground against this absolute prehistoric behemoth. Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're putting that exact crazy scenario to the test.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're looking at the ultimate hypothetical clash here. The absolute apex predator of the ancient world versus the undisputed heavyweight of the modern era. If these two incredible forces of nature were to actually cross paths, well, only one could reign supreme, right? So, to figure out who'd take the crown, we really need to look closely at our competitors. Let's meet our first challenger.
Section 1. Contender number 1. The Ancient Giant. To even find this creature, we've got to travel deep into the steamy rainforests of South America and go back a staggering 60 million years. That's what this massive number represents, the era of Titanoboa. The dinosaurs had just been wiped out, you see, and in the hot greenhouse climate that followed, reptiles were able to grow to just unprecedented, monstrous proportions. And Titanoboa, it was the absolute pinnacle of that evolution.
13 meters. That's over 43 feet in length. Just let that sink in for a second. We're talking about a snake that is, quite literally, the size of a school bus. When you try to visualize this ancient creature sliding through those prehistoric rivers, it's honestly awe-inspiring. But you know, length is really only half the story when we're talking about pure power.
Now what's really interesting here is the single digit, 1. Titanoboa weighed more than 1 ton. Seriously. We're looking at an absolute heavyweight champion of the ancient world. It didn't just have insane reach, it had unbelievable crushing mass.
So it begs the question, right? What does a 1-ton, 43-foot snake even eat? Well, it hunted crocodile-like reptiles. Yeah, you heard that right. Creatures that we'd consider terrifying apex predators today were essentially just snacks on the menu for Titanoboa. It completely and utterly dominated its prehistoric ecosystem. It ruled those waterways without a single natural predator to challenge it.
Section 2. Contender 2. The Modern Monster.
Now, while Titanoboa is a ghost of the past, our second contender is very much alive, breathing, and hunting out there right now. Let me introduce you to the undisputed heavyweight champion of our current world, the Green Anaconda. And I want to make sure we're completely clear on this. The anaconda is absolutely not an underdog here. This is the most powerful snake alive right now. It might not be hunting 60 million years in the past, but it commands the exact same respect in the modern Amazon basin.
Reaching lengths of over 9 meters, or about 30 feet long, the Green Anaconda is a modern-day monster in its own right. Sure, it's a bit shorter than our ancient giant, but a 30-foot snake is still a total marvel of biological engineering. It's basically a massive wall of muscle designed for one specific lethal purpose.
And that massive wall of muscle, it possesses incredible crushing strength. You see, it doesn't rely on venom, it relies on sheer, brute physical power. It ambushes, coils around, and literally crushes its prey before swallowing it completely whole. It's a biological machine perfected for constriction.
Section 3. The Ultimate Battle Swamp Showdown.
All right, so we have our competitors. Now I want you to imagine both of these massive, terrifying snakes winding up in the exact same South American swamp. The murky water is waist deep. The air is completely still. They lock eyes. It's time for the ultimate showdown. Let's look at the classic tale of the tape right before the chaos begins. On one side, Titanoboa, ancient, 13 meters long and weighing over a ton. On the other side, the Green Anaconda, modern, 9 meters long and the heaviest snake alive today. Two masters of aquatic ambush, face to face in the murky shallows.
Suddenly, the tension breaks. Titanoboa uses its massive size advantage and strikes first, its huge jaws locking onto the modern snake. But the anaconda, it doesn't back down. Utilizing its perfected modern evolutionary instincts, it instantly wraps its thick, muscular coils incredibly tightly around its massive opponent. The water absolutely explodes with violence, just mud, water, and giant scales thrashing around in this deadly, crushing embrace.
As the muddy water finally settles and the thrashing comes to an end, well, only one snake can survive a fight like this. So who actually wins this clash of titans?
Section 4. The Scientific Verdict. Stepping out of that imaginary swamp and into the laboratory, the scientific consensus is actually crystal clear. Titanoboa was significantly larger and stronger than any snake alive today. The sheer scale of that prehistoric environment allowed for a level of muscular mass that our modern oxygen and climate levels just simply don't support anymore.
So what does this all mean? The data gives us a pretty clear declaration. Based on the scientific consensus of a one-on-one battle, the winner is Titanoboa. Its 4-meter length advantage and that overwhelming 1-ton mass mean it would most likely have the fatal advantage, easily overpowering even the fiercest constriction efforts of the anaconda. It's just too big, too strong.
But hey, we have to give credit where it's due, right? While it may have lost this hypothetical ancient matchup, the Green Anaconda remains the absolute most powerful snake of the modern world. Titanoboa might be a prehistoric legend, but the anaconda still holds the undisputed living crown in today's ecosystems. It really is a true marvel of our natural world.
But you know the ancient world is full of unmatched titans. What if we moved forward a few million years? What if Smilodon, the legendary saber-toothed king of the Ice Age, came face-to-face with Arctodus, literally the largest bear to ever walk the Earth? Who takes that crown? Well, we'll be breaking down that incredible scientific matchup in our next explainer. Keep that curiosity alive, and I'll see you then.